So my wife and I both work from home, and if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you've seen that I completely upgraded my home office space, but she is long overdue for an upgrade. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing just that. We're gonna be completely upgrading her home office. Her space is really cool as it already is. She's tucked in one of the back of our extra bedrooms upstairs in this finished attic storage space. It's a heated and cooled space and it's pretty sizable, so we have a lot of room to work with. And she's already got some cool stuff going on in here, but we want to upgrade a lot more to make it look a whole lot better. So currently we have this sort of makeshift entertainment center with a TV and some bookshelves, and then we also have a couch, and then lastly her desk setup. It's a pretty nice space, but it definitely needs some work. And we're gonna keep this layout but do a lot more to tie it all together and then completely upgrade her desk setup as well. And a huge shout out to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. More on them in a moment. My plan for today is to get everything cleaned out of here and then sort of set up like a DIY workshop area on her old desktop, because I'm gonna be doing some shiplap and trim work to the TV area, and I have to do that first before we start painting, so we gotta get started. So for the shiplap wall, I made the decision to go with these shiplap panels from Home Depot. They're relatively inexpensive, but if I had to do it again, I would have just spent the money and went with the individual boards. They are easier to put up on the wall since you're working with bigger panels, but I just feel like the look of individual boards are a lot better, and it's easier to cover the seams like this on the bottom. To adhere the panels to the wall, I'm using an 18 gauge nailer and these liquid nails. So I placed the first panel on the wall to sort of see where we were at, and then I had to cut out for the outlet on the second panel. I also had to cut a small portion at the top where the ceiling angles. It's kind of a horrible job, but whenever I put the trim over it, you won't see it. And then I had to cut to length and width for this portion of the wall with the angled ceiling. And then lastly, for the other side of the wall, I had to cut down that panel as well. And then finally, I cut down the pieces to fill in the bottom gaps. Next, I went ahead and cut down the trim, and for some reason my camera decided to glitch out when I was recording this, so here's what the final shots look like. I also added a corner piece of trim to cover the corner of the wall, and all in all, besides the gaps at the bottom, which are going to be covered by her shelves anyway, I think it looks great. Next, we started prepping the walls for painting. I went ahead and filled the nail holes on the shiplap wall, started taping the trim, and then took off the light panels, the AC panels, and then finally the light in her office, because we're gonna be replacing this light when we're done painting. For the paint, we went with Sherwin-Williams Showcase flat paint, and for the color, she wanted to go with Meditative by Sherwin-Williams. Once the paint was done, I went ahead and added the new light fixture for her in her ceiling. And I'm not an electrician, but I know how to do a few things without dying, so definitely do this at your own risk and research before you start taking lights out of ceilings. Now, the light was more for looks because no one likes overhead lights anyway, so it was mainly just to add a new look to the ceiling. Next, it was time to finally bring everything back inside, starting with her couch. And I should have put the rug down first because I totally forgot we got this one, but this rug is great. We got it off of Amazon, and I think it adds a lot more color to her room and matches the walls. She's going with a more colorful vibe, so we also got this colorful throw blanket, some new pillow covers, and this is what it all looks like. Also, she has this really cool side table from Amazon, as well as this gold lamp in the corner. I'll make sure to link everything that's in her office down in the description, and if I forget anything, just let me know in the comments. For her bookcases, I wanted to go with something a little bit more custom, but we decided to scrap that and stick to budget. So I just went ahead and screwed them together to keep them level and make them look just a little bit better. Before we did everything, I took some measurements of where the TV was mounted before. And instead of measuring from the floor, I actually measured from the baseboard. So my measurements were a little off. So we just took it off, mounted it a little bit higher, and then filled in the holes and repainted so that you can't really tell that I made that mistake in the first place. Now these floating shelves are from Lowe's. I'll try to find them and leave them below. They're a pain to put up and keep level, but I think I did a pretty decent job. And then she wanted a backlight for her TV, so I went with these Govee RGB TV backlights. And then lastly, for the cable management of the TV area, we just used a cable track and then just painted it the same color of the wall. I think everything turned out great. It's a super comfortable and relaxing vibe in there, exactly what she wanted. There's plenty of room for her plants, her books, and all of her little knickknacks on her shelves, and it really makes it more of her style, and especially now with the blue and all the different colors that we added to the space, I really think it turned out amazing. And I personally like to find myself in there from time to time to relax and watch TV and just kind of hang out. Next, it's finally time for the desk setup area. Before, her desk was on this wall next to this attic door, so we decided to move it to the wall under the window. For the desk, we went with the FlexiSpot E7. I got the white E7 desk legs and I paired that with their bamboo wood top, which is 72 inches by 30 inches. The E7 is a great standing desk along with all of their other standing desks that you can find on their website. The E7 is height adjustable from 22.8 inches all the way up to 48.4 inches, and it has a max static load of 355 pounds. Every single one of my desks in my office is from FlexiSpot, and that is today's sponsor of the video. There's a reason why I use them, not just because they sponsor this video, but because they make really great desks and desk setup accessories, like this C7 chair that she's actually had in her desk setup for a few months now, and she really likes it. I also have the C7 at my main desk and my content creation desk setup. Needless to say, I absolutely love the FlexiSpot C7. With its wider than average seat with plenty of room for your bottom, it blows any other chair out of the water. And it has a ton of adjustability for ultimate comfort when you're working. You can lock the backrest at 93 degrees to keep your back straight, and also adjust the lumbar support on the bottom for the most comfort. And then if you just want to relax, the chair has a 4-level lockable backrest with a maximum recline of 128 degrees. So you can sit back and relax and procrastinate from working all you want. You can also opt for a pull-out footrest for even more comfort, which is great because most other chairs out there do not have this option. Aside from the chair's adaptive lumbar support, you can even further customize your comfort with their adjustable armrest, adjustable headrest, adjustable seat depth, height, and even tilt. The chairs that we currently have are the C7 Premium Ergonomic Office chairs, and that will run you currently $299 US, which is a pretty heavy investment, I understand, but for the price of comfort and compared to other chairs out there on the market, this is a great deal. If you want to spend a little bit more money, they also have a few other C7 options available, like the C7 Max and the C7 Pro Max. And to top it all off, they have a 30-day return policy as well as a 10-year warranty. So you're free to try it out, and if you don't like it, you can always return it within the 30 days. And if you do like it, that 10-year warranty is a great peace of mind. And even better, you can use the code on the screen to save you $50 on the purchase of your C7 chair. So go check out FlexiSpot below and invest in your comfort. Back to the video. So for her monitors, we went with the FlexiSpot F8 LD monitor arms. It's a great durable monitor arm to hold her BenQ 27-inch monitors that she has for work. My only gripe with the monitor arms is that in order to pull them as close as possible together, the back of the monitor arms end up scraping the wall, so you kind of have to keep these far apart if you want your desk close to the wall. Not a deal breaker, and she doesn't mind it. She actually likes them to be that far apart so she can put her laptop in the middle. For her laptop, she has the M1 MacBook Pro that she was actually given from her work. And to connect everything, I wanted to go with this dock from Amazon, but her work doesn't allow her to download any software, and to be able to use that dock, we needed to download the software. So we just decided to go back to her old dock, and I reluctantly have that sitting on top of her desk. Personally, I like to have all the wires hidden and just use one cable, but I still think it looks great. We got this blue mat from Amazon to match her walls, and for her keyboard, she has the Apple Magic Keyboard. And for her mouse, I had to get her the MX Master 3S, but this time in white to match her aesthetic. We also got this Dragon 3-in-1 wireless charger from Amazon to charge her AirPods, her Apple Watch, and her iPhone. And then for sound, I went with the Edifier MR4 speakers. Next to the desk, we got this white filing cabinet for her to store any everyday needed items, but also to have storage on top of the filing cabinet for plants and other miscellaneous things. For more storage next to her desk, we got this white pegboard from Amazon, where she can store pens, notes, and there's even enough room for her to store her old laptop. Definitely looking to upgrade this laptop in the future for her because this thing is a dinosaur. Also for her desk setup, we got this FlexiSpot WPS01B treadmill. It's a 2-in-1 walking pad with a foldable handle, and when the handle is unfolded, it has a max speed of 6.2 miles per hour, and then when it's folded and you just want to walk, it has a max speed of 4 miles per hour. It also has a wireless remote to be able to control all of the settings. I'll make sure to link this below so you can check out the specs, but this will be a great way for her to get up and moving if she doesn't really feel like sitting down or just standing around. And she's actually been wanting this for her space for a while, so shout out to FlexiSpot for sending this over to her. And lastly, for around her office, we got this white cabinet from Amazon for her to store more plants and other things from her office. To tie it all together, we went to Hobby Lobby and got some wall art for around her office to further fit her style and her space. And then for above her couch, we got this floating shelf to put more wall art on, and this is a nice touch for her to have some art above her couch, as well as above her desk because we got one for that area too, and put some more wall art above it. And that's the final piece of the upgrade. Let me show you how it all turned out. The space perfectly reflects my wife's style and passions, and it's going to give her an even more comfortable and relaxing space when she works or when she's reading or taking care of plants. As far as her desk setup goes, there's a lot that I would like to improve, but compared to what she had going on before, this is a major improvement. And since she's using her work laptop, in the future I'd like to probably get her one of the new MacBook Pros that just came out, and then have it set up where she can just switch between the two, whether she's working or if she just wants to do some personal things on her personal laptop. All in all, I'm extremely happy with how everything turned out, and I'll probably never purchase shiplap panels again. Regardless, this has been a really fun office transformation, and we have a ton of cool stuff coming to the channel in the future, so make sure to subscribe if you like stuff like this. Also, don't forget to check out FlexiSpot's amazing deal on their super comfortable C7 chair. You can check out the link in the description, and if you use that code, you can save $50 on the C7 chair. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.